FTS, elite, go ahead. What's up everybody? Nic Bronkall here, coach and columnist for Elite FTS. Today we are talking about 4 single leg variations that you should be doing in your training. All right, so I'm here with Cory and I want to show you how to get more out of your split squat. So first we're going to show you what most people typically do. So Cory's going to go ahead and get in a split stance. So same thing, I'm always looking at what the rib cage and the pelvis are doing here. So you can see how Cory's kind of got this little arch here, that chest is big, he's kind of spilling out in his foot here, and he's almost got too much of a stretch there. So what we're going to do, so Cory, go ahead. We want to get this stacked position where his pelvis is under his ribs. So he's going to retract that rib cage down a little bit and tilt that pelvis under. So now you can see shoulders, rib cage, hips, and knees are all in a line. Then what we're going to do is we're going to focus on that front foot. Cory's actually going to grab and pull that front foot back, and that's going to get this hamstring here to activate a little more. So he's going to go down, pulling that front foot. He maintains this position here, and then he comes up. He's also squeezing his glutes under as he goes down. So we have to think what's doing what here. So the hamstrings are pulling him down in both positions. So we want to actually use that instead of going through the exercise haphazardly. Get more quality reps than quantity. So this split squat variation is called the front heel elevated split squat. I really like this variation because when people typically do the split squat, they keep that shin vertical. This variation is a perfect opportunity to work on your ankle mobility and strengthen it through its full range of motion. So you'll get in your normal split squat position and you'll place a 10-pound plate under the front heel. Now what we're going to emphasize when Cory goes down is he's going to push that knee over his toe, and then when he gets to the bottom, he's going to use his glutes to stand up. So same thing, he's going to go down, push the knee over toe, and come up. So you can see how this is different from your normal split squat that we typically do. You can load this with dumbbells, kettlebells, in a goblet position, a Zercher position. You can also use a safety squat bar for overloading it for the main movement. So the next split squat variation I want to go over is the trunk rotation split squat. So typically when we do our split squat, we're in this stacked position with that vertical shin. Just by simply rotating our trunk, it's going to help hit this front foot hip a little bit better. His trunk is rotated, it's actually going to create this tension back here in this hip. We're getting a little bit more action out of his obliques. And the way we would load this is either in a Zercher position or a kettlebell rack position or even a dumbbell on the contralateral side. Now we're going to talk about the rear heel elevated single leg deadlift. Okay, this is a great variation out of the traditional single leg deadlift or the kickstance deadlift where you're going to go like this. It's going to allow us to strengthen our hips and pelvis in ways that we've been neglecting over the years. Cory's going to go ahead and grab a 10-pound plate and a dumbbell. So his rear heel is going to be elevated and he's going to take a staggered stance so that heel is going to be in line with his toes. So what Cory's going to do is he's going to hinge back in a traditional, like a traditional deadlift, but when he's here, he's going to start to push that front knee forward, okay? And then he's going to come up. As he's hinging back, he's going to slightly push that knee forward. So you're going to feel your pelvis kind of move, but you're also going to feel your hamstrings hit in ways that they haven't been hit before. Another way we can hit is he'll switch the dumbbell over to the other hand and he's going to rotate his trunk and he's going to aim for that rear foot. So almost for the inside of that rear foot, and then he'll come up. Same idea, he's going to hinge back, push that front knee forward, and then come up. Now we're going to talk about the lateral lunge. A lot of strength athletes and powerlifters are really strong in the sagittal plane. They're really good at going up and down or up and down, and same with the deadlift. So what I like to do with my lifters is have them train outside of that plane and hit positions they probably haven't hit in a while. The lateral lunge is great at opening his hips up in a transverse or frontal plane. So what Cory's going to do is he's going to take a wider stance. We're gonna maintain that stacked position with his shoulders in line with his hips. And all he's gonna do is he's going to sit in to his hip and then come up. Good. I like to have the toes pointed forward, but you can turn them in or out to bias different ways to hit the hip. So go ahead and do one more. Good. And the way we can load this is either with a kettlebell rack position, dumbbells down under you. You can do a safety squat bar, but if it's your first time doing it, I would recommend doing body weight, because for a lot of you, you probably haven't been in this position in a while.